G'day team, Mr. Minimalism here for a weekly training tip. Today we're going to cover off on the kettlebell windmill and some helpful tips and points to remember when it comes to conducting a correct kettlebell windmill. Okay, so the windmill itself is a spine rotation and hip flexion activity, not a spinal torsion activity. So there has to be a deliberate rotation of the spine and then the hip flexion is added into the movement once we have rotated around enough. Okay, so the point is not to race through the windmill to avoid disconnecting at the bottom and also putting the spine in a vulnerable position. Okay, when we're doing our windmill, there's a point to remember with keeping our lat secured and the shoulder sucked into the body. This helps keep connection to the bell, and when we're going down, it helps also maintain our connection through the midsection. So the catchword I want you to use is push the bell away from the floor when we're coming down into the bell. Coming down to the floor into the move. Okay, with the foot placement, we put our feet on 45 away from the bell side that we're facing, and that straight leg, which is on the bell side, takes most of the weight. With the bent knee on the spare leg, we can test that we're shifting the weight to the straight leg enough by raising our toes off the floor like so. You should be able to tap your foot. Okay, with the windmill as well, if we're having connection problems with that lat, keeping that shoulder packed into the body, we only move as deep as we can to maintain correct positioning throughout the windmill. So if we're going down into the windmill and we can only get to a safe comfort there, that's as deep as we work. Okay, so ideally we'd like to get our fingers to the floor, that weight shifted onto the floor. If we can't and we disconnect, we only go to a depth that we're confident at. Here's a demo of what it looks like. Eyes on the bell, feet on 45, lat secured into the body. Toes lifted. And there you have it, guys. Remember those points. Lat secured, shoulder packed, pushing that bell away from the floor, weight on that straight leg. Make sure you can test it with that toe lift. Feet on 45 away from the bell side, and only move deep enough to maintain correct positioning throughout the movement. Tune in next week for another training tip, and don't forget, less is more.